The Saskatchewan budget for 2021 focuses on the economy, healthcare, and the people of the province. Connor Chan has more on what the budget will mean for Saskatchewan.
Once again, I'm joined with Colleen Young, the MLA for Lloydminster. So Colleen, thanks a lot for joining me once again.
You're welcome, Connor. I'm glad to be here.
So recently the budget was announced last month. So what can Saskatchewan residents see when it comes to the budget? I know the focus was on people and jobs and the economy. So just give us a little insight as to what residents in Saskatchewan can expect.
Well, as we've opened up and more and more of the economy during this pandemic and relieved some of the restrictions on businesses, we expect to see, the people of this province reinvesting and, regrowing our economic fiscal ability in this province. So I think, we trust, the people of Saskatchewan will help us get back to balance. It might take a few more years. Let's remember, prior to COVID, we would have had a balanced budget with a small amount of revenue, in the hold going forward. But the pandemic, hit, and we've had to support businesses and people in this province who were unable to work, even though we as a province kept 87% of our economy was still functioning. We were one of the few provinces that can state that, once COVID hit, that we kept 87% of our economic people working in this province. So, but it will take time. It was a $2.4 billion hit to our budget, and it's going to take a little bit of time for us to get things going, but we're very confident in the people of this province and those that choose to invest and do business here in Saskatchewan.
You mentioned about Saskatchewan being one of the few provinces having a pretty balanced economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. What do you think is the one key thing that made Saskatchewan stand out in those regards?
Well, I think just, our trust in the people to do all the right things in order to support getting the virus and the curve flattened. And we thank the people of this province for that. I mean, they were very good at following the restrictions and helping to keep that in check as well. So that allowed us to leave businesses operating and continuing to function. And, we put our trust in the people of this province to do the right thing, and they most certainly did come through for us. So that gave us, the province, who was the first one to put forward a reopen plan. And so because of what the people were doing, we knew that we could do it and move forward.
Now, of course, one of the things that was mentioned was the money, a lot of money going towards the healthcare because of with all the COVID-19 pandemic that's been going on, a lot of money's been going back into that. So just take us on how that money is going to be allocated throughout the different cities in the province.
Well, there is, an additional amount that has been committed to mental health and addictions in the province. And as we know, that has been a key topic for many people on many people's minds, not just during this pandemic, but prior to that. I mean, as we all know, we have seen a rise in drug use and abuse, and that is something that is very much needed to find those supports that support people who are going through those kind of challenges in their lives. And our government is committed to continuing to support the mental health and addictions beds that we've had at the Slim Thorpe Recovery Center. So funding will continue there on that aspect of it. And there is some conversation going on as far as Lloydminster goes with supports for more mental health and addiction and recovery services that are being provided in our community.
Now, you mentioned Lloydminster. I know there's another focus on the budget with helping communities across the province. How do you think the budget will ultimately, in the end, help a city like Lloydminster?
Well, I think that, we've provided additional funding for schools. As you know, we've had an announcement for education, another over $2 billion that came out of the $7.5 billion that was committed to infrastructure over the next 2 years. And Lloydminster was a beneficiary of that with both of our high schools, the Lloyd Comp getting $25 million of that and Holy Rosary getting $10 million to add classrooms and possibly gyms, whatever, you know, that's in their design, to those facilities. So supporting our educational system here. We are going to see some additional dollars through the Municipal Economic Expansion Program for shovel-ready projects that the city has probably had to put on hold over the last few years, and now can move forward with the additional dollars that they will be getting through the MEAT funding. So there are other things out there that are coming forward for Lloydminster that we can look forward to. And I know that there is also some conversation with Saskatchewan Health Authority with regards to the renal dialysis unit being moved to the downtown location.
Well, Colleen, I really appreciate your time as always joining me today, and thank you for giving us a little insight as what we could expect with the budget heading into the next year. So thank you.
You're more than welcome, Connor. It was great to visit with you, and I know that you know, this is an election year, and we are going to be moving forward, but the government, you know, has invested into the people of this province, and we will continue to do that. And I hope that they will continue to support us.